This is the inside joke on, well, we don't have a website quite yet, but we're going to get one. So this is just the inside joke with Russ Diggity and Johnny Thunder. Just
Hmm.
look at us on YouTube. Hopefully you're looking at YouTube right now as you're listening to this.
And
And check out our Twitter that's soon to come. So
I might get us on iTunes as well, so hopefully you're listening on iTunes here.
Johnny's going to work his internet legend magic on getting us on iTunes. Me and Johnny, no joke. I think between us, we probably spent 6 or 7 hours just trying to figure out a way to get the show on iTunes, and it took forever. And finally, I realized the problem, but Johnny found a solution to it. So we put our two mediocre heads together and found out a decent way to get us on iTunes.
So if you listen to us on iTunes, that means our idea worked.
Yay!
Yeah, I hope you're working out to
We
us
did
too.
it.
You could work out to this show like on the treadmill. Just listen to it while you work out.
That does sound like I don't. I mean, I work out. I worked out today, and I only listen to music when I work out. But I've been thinking about listening to like comedy stuff and old shows I've done. You know, like Thunder Vision or RSPN,
Mhm.
because you know it's something that could kind of distract you while you're working out.
I do have to say though, in about 2 weeks, we might have a little break in between our weekly shows because I will be in Miami, Florida, for about a
That's
week.
right. The magical Johnny Thunder is bringing his talents down to Miami for a little bit. Johnny, why don't you explain why you're going to Florida?
I am going to WrestleMania 28. My third year in a row going to WrestleMania. That's crazy. It's
That is
ridiculous.
pretty bananas.
And the funny thing is, like Russ Diggity here and I, we actually met because of wrestling, right? It was through a
Yeah, yeah. I
it
mean,
was
we met through our friend Sean. It was we went met through a mutual friend, but it was kind of our mutual love of wrestling as well. That the reason we started hanging out.
yeah. And then I remember like our I think I met you. We did like some recordings thing on my house or something for some. I don't even remember what we were doing, but we recorded something that had to do with wrestling or something. And then like
I don't know. It was some YouTube video that I think we're doing, but if nothing ever became of it.
yeah, nothing ever became of it.
Thank
But
God.
but we yeah, we basically met through wrestling. I've been a loyal fan ever since I started watching, and my co-host here, the host, whoever you want to call him, the host with the most here, kind of stopped watching after a while.
Yeah, it was the end of 2009 when I decided, along with my friend Sean, that we were just done watching wrestling, just because we were just done with it as a form of entertainment and finding it entertaining anymore. I wasn't enjoying it, and becoming a fan. Frankly, it was kind of stressful after a while, just because you're not getting what you want, you're not enjoying the program anymore. You
Hmm.
have to put in a lot of time. There's 5 hours of WWE a week. There's 2 hours of TNA. There's pay-per-views every month. It's a lot of time and effort to put in for something that you don't enjoy
Yeah,
anymore. So I just decided to step back from it. And what is it? 2 or 3 years later. It's 2 years later. I've watched it every now and then, and I think I'll watch this WrestleMania because The Rock is back, and that's a childhood hero of mine. Somebody I used to love. So I'll watch it for that, but it's not like something I'm going to permanently come back to just because I just don't want to.
I can't explain to people why like I stuck around watching. Like I think I'm the only person in our group now who watches every week and keeps up with it and goes to all the pay-per-views at the bowling alley that we used to go to. Like I'm still a very devoted fan of it. I wouldn't use the word obsession. I would just say that I enjoy watching it still. Like I've been through a lot with wrestling. I had to sit through some of the worst years of wrestling. Like 2007 it sucked. 2008 was all right. 2009 was kind of boring, but once 2010 hit, it has gotten better. It's PG now, but I honestly don't even really notice it's PG. I just take it for what it is. And that's a lot of people don't do that. They just complain that there's no more blood and swearing anymore and they can't enjoy the show. But if you just accept the product for what it is right now, you can't internet can't change what Vince McMahon does. Just enjoy it.
I mean, a lot of people, I was included, where I thought it's ridiculous that they say, "Oh, let's not listen to the internet," because my thinking was, well, it's 2012, 2011, 2010. Whenever I had this thought, everyone's on the internet nowadays, and everyone goes on the internet to voice their thoughts about whatever. including wrestling. So why wouldn't they listen to the internet? But now after a while you start to realize that the reason they don't listen to the internet is because it's just a lot of people complaining and moaning about every little thing. No one's ever satisfied about it, so that's why they go online to complain. And that's why they don't listen to people who talk on the internet constantly, is just because you can't satisfy them. They're just unsatisfiable. And I kind of get why they don't listen to people online.
Here's the main problem with the internet. The internet wanted the wrestler CM Punk to win the belt so bad. And he does. He gets the belt. But the people who demanded that he got the belt don't even watch the show to give the ratings to them. When Punk won the title versus when Cena had the title, Cena's segments got 2 times the ratings that Punk's did. People lobby for Punk to win, but they don't even watch the show to give the ratings. The ratings went down when the internet got what they wanted. So I understand why they don't listen to the internet all the time, because it's not good for business. I mean, the internet hates John Cena, but John Cena is going to be the top guy for years to come. Nothing's going to change that, because he brings all the money, and he brings a lot of the ratings in, the revenue, all that stuff. And this year's WrestleMania, let me just say, it looks like the best WrestleMania in years. The last awesome WrestleMania I watched was WrestleMania 24, which I believe that was your second to last WrestleMania that you watched. Because I know you watched 25. That was the last one I saw with you and the guys.
Yeah.
But
and I really didn't like that one.
25 sucked. I mean, when you have Kid Rock playing for half an hour, you know you have a terrible show.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. I didn't understand that at all.
Yep.
And then they had that Diva segment, but they didn't announce which people were in it. It's like, oh, we're bringing back all these past Divas, but they don't announce who's in it. It's just like, oh, is that Lita? I think I see Lita in there. And that was it. It was just a whole bad segment.
I mean, going to these shows, I went to 26, 27, now 28. Last year's 27, on TV, on the pay-per-view, the people who watched it, they really didn't like it that much. They had a few decent things, but people hated it. But just being there live is a different atmosphere, so the last 2, I think, were fantastic, for me at least. And this one, with The Rock and Cena having their match, you've watched Raw here and there, so you've seen The Rock concert and all that. I know you like The Rock concert.
I did. I enjoyed it. It was pretty funny. Everything about that was funny.
Yeah, so I'm still a big fan. That's not going to change unless they have, Barney the Dinosaur versus John Cena. That's when it gets too childish for me.
Which I'm not surprised. They'll probably have Santino Marella versus Barney the Dinosaur.
Oh, they had at the Royal Rumble, they had Mick Foley with Mr. Sacco versus Santino, who had the Cobra, and they had a battle.
Really?
Yeah, Santino has this thing where he makes his hand to a little snake, and he strikes their face and they fall down. It's called the Cobra. It's his finishing move. So then Foley had the sock, so they both had their arms out with the Cobra and the sock going at it.
Wow. Okay.
I know, right?
I mean, stuff like that. It's hard to blame people who think it's stupid and for kids and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but really, what wrestling is it had its huge points. The Attitude Era. I know people who watch wrestling now hate that other people constantly talk about this, but they had the Attitude Era. It had its moments, but now it's just kind of hit that steady level where it doesn't seem like it's going up or down, like it's just staying the same, and it might do that for years and years. Yeah,
the ratings have been basically the same. They don't get above 4.0s anymore. They probably get a 3.7, 3.8, and they're kind of staying at that level. There have been times where it has gone up, like with the Rock's comeback. I know it went above a 5.0 and stuff, but it has its moments. But the ratings have been steady. I think that's why they're still around. When the ratings get below a 2.0, wrestling probably won't be around that much.
That's when heads are going to roll.
As long as they stay at a stable, steady, 3.7, 3.8, they're going to have a home for many years.
And really with wrestling, the way I look at it now, it's not something I'm going to feel like tuning in every single week. But there's no harm in checking it out every now and then. It's good to have you as a friend because you'll tell us, hey, this is happening this week or blah, blah, blah. And we might be interested in it, we might not be. But something always we can check out. It's not like something nowadays where I'd feel I'm compelled to have to give so much attention to and so much time to. Now it'll just be every now and then something interesting will come up and I'll check it out.
If you're bored on a Sunday and there's a pay-per-view, you can come watch it for free at the bar, have a few drinks or something.
They had some good food at that bowling alley.
Well, then you got to come by with me whenever, after WrestleMania. Actually, Extreme Rules will be in Chicago. I'm going to that. But then after that, I'll be watching them at the bar.
Can you buy me a ticket?
You want a cheap ticket? I can hook you up. You got me that Kanye thing. I can just hook you up with
True.
this. Yeah, I can.
I mean, I probably will have no idea what's going on. Wait, what is Extreme Rules? Is that like hardcore matches and stuff?
Yeah, like the main matches are under Extreme Rules, and I'm guessing Jericho Punk are going to have some kind of rematch or something.
Ooh, what if they have a ladder match?
See? Maybe we'll go.
Like I said, every now and then something happens that I'm interested in. I can't watch all the time. I just don't find it entertaining anymore. But every now and then, it's not like I'm gonna forget completely I'm a wrestling fan. It's not like something. Oh, I'm gonna be ashamed that I used to be wrestling.
It's a part of you. It's hard to explain.
It's part of me. It's a passion I used to have, and there's still people around I like. I still like Jericho and Punk, or what I used to when I used to watch them. Obviously, I don't watch them as much anymore, but when I used to watch them.
It's hard to explain, but like if you're a wrestling fan, it's a part of you. Like it doesn't just leave the rest of your life. You remember it sometimes. You watch it here and there. It's always going to be a part of my life, and that sounds so geeky, but it is.
I mean, the way people look at it is it's like your favorite team, No matter how bad your team can get, you're not going to stop rooting for them. You're still going to support them and watch the games and stuff like that. That's what a lot of people, how they kind of view wrestling. It's like, well, this is a passion I have. I still love it, even when I don't like it, or even when it seems like it's crap. I'll still love it, and I'll still pay attention and support it.
WrestleMania is my Super Bowl. I'm not really into many sports, but WrestleMania is like my Super Bowl.
Have you had your WrestleMania moments and all that?
Oh, I have. I got to see Shawn Michaels' last match. I got to see The Rock Bottom, John Cena. So I've had some good moments live, My WrestleMania moments.
Who do you think's going to win, Rock or John Cena?
John Cena's going to get the win, and the crowd is going to be completely pissed off because it's in his hometown, and they're so passionate about hitting Cena. I'm pretty sure Cena's going to get the win. And I don't think this is going to be the last time they have a match together. I bet it's going to go to, like, Cena wins the WrestleMania, then they go to SummerSlam, Rock wins there, and then they go to the next WrestleMania for the rubber match, and Cena gets the win.
Oh, you think they're going to do a whole, like, 3 things?
Yeah, because Rock's already said he's going to be wrestling at WrestleMania 29 from New Jersey. He already said he's going to be there. So I'm just assuming that he's going to be... He's not going to be, like, around every week. He's only around every week now because it's WrestleMania time, but after WrestleMania, he'll probably go away for a few months, come back for, like, SummerSlam or something, go away for a while again. He's not going to be regularly.
Isn't that what I mean, there was a time... This is actually the second time that I stopped watching wrestling after loving it. Mm-hmm. I watched the Attitude Era, then from, like, 2002 to 2004, I stopped watching for a while, and then I came back into it. Isn't like around 2003 when he did that where he was just in and out of wrestling?
He was barely in and out too. Well, yeah, 2003. Yeah, that was like his last run, if I remember. He was the Hollywood heel guy. From Hollywood, he came out with that new entrance thing. Then he kind of went away for a very long time. He was actually away for about 7 years until 2011. So that was his longest absence.
I mean, yeah, it's just been like just barely appearing every now and then.
But now
it's like where he's back for a while.
Yeah, it's WrestleMania time. That's the only reason he's on every show. After WrestleMania, he's not going to be on every show. I could see him coming out like every 3 or 4 months, to be honest, and doing something. But not all.
And that'd be cool. Again, it's something I don't want to watch Raw from start to finish, but I'll watch The Rock. I'll YouTube him and see what he has to do. Because he's still so funny. That's what I think